Ready for action. Let's take this fight to the sky.
How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii. Channel. Yeah, let's try to see. I was actually thinking to myself, you know what? What would it be like if I didn't like hyperbole the hype, you know, like, hey, look, it's Mongoose Monday. that kind of thing. It's corny, and that's kind of like the point here. We're just a corny look at the news. A little vlog, a little news. And then a newspaper. The headline. I'll show you the headline right off the bat. Just get... Return to normalcy. Yes, I think we were hoping for the return for normalcy for about 2.5 years. I wish it would all go back the way it was. This is for school because it's back to school day. They're going back to little kiddies. I don't know, public school, right? So they're going back to school. So that means the other school. Oh, what public schools, right? Let's get it going on. Take a look at the news. Look, we're going with the paranormal because it's okay to look for paranormal as long as you're not seeking answers for your own gain from the dead. That's the divination, you know, the tarot card reading, and the Ouija boards that stay clear. Because I think in the paranormal, the gig is Roman Catholic. View would be official pretty much view is it exists. You don't have to be, oh, do ghosts exist? If you look at the Catholic theology, it'd be, of course they exist. That's minor. Are you kidding? Look at the other stuff. Believe that. Have faith in that. But then you look at it and go, do ghosts exist? Oh, look, something fell over on the shelf. I think I heard a voice. They exist. But in the Catholic theology, everyone who dies goes to purgatory. That if you're going to heaven, it's your good thing to go to purgatory. Because those are the ones scheduled for heaven after a little purification, they say. But it's also, there's the judgment day and blah, blah, blah. They should be in purgatory. I don't know. There's a whole ghost. It's not Spook 101. This is whatever. Hey, get this thing going on. Ghost box is going on. Yesterday, the ghost box was pretty dark and it was Sunday. And I was kind of wondering about that. And what? The witch came over. Can you believe that? So my theory here is she puts hexes in my direction, and then before she shows up, and then she exploits money off my mom, and that's life.
Expert.
Back to school. So now that I already know that, I just look at that stuff as the mechanics of that. Because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard. In the news, what is there? I was trying to be normal because it says, hoping for return to normalcy. Because it's school, Hey, look, they're making, Microsoft logos? What are they doing there? Slightly export care with complain. Yeah, that's me. This spirit box is random. I don't believe it much, but it's kind of uncanny. They're having a 5 candidates, 5 for school. There's the big election going on. I already voted. It's like, done with me. It's mail-in vote. I don't pay attention. It was just amusement at this point. This is the Hawaiian sovereignty movement when the Hawaiian Islands was taken away, the sovereignty.
They remained here, but their
sovereignty of the monarchy was taken away by the British, and then it was taken back or given back to King Kamehameha III. And so they celebrate this Restoration Day. Our sovereignty is returned. Our sovereignty is returned. Almost like a foreshadowing of, and then we're going to get it back from the U.S. That's what's kind of a little spooky about it. All right. So, okay, next. next significantly important basketball player in the basketball world has died. 1934. The guy's pretty old. I never knew this guy. I never, except he's 6'10" and he did some civil rights things. Oh gosh. We return to normalcy. Let's go right to this relaxation. Need a little bit of kickback. So back in the day in 1986, when you're going to the water and you got giant paddles because you don't have a ping pong table, they're playing smash ball, and I don't even know what that is. It looks like there's downer. It's like, oh no, oh, Lieutenant Uhura died. Who is Nichelle Nichols? She died. Oh, that's sad. God rest her soul. She's 89 though. I mean, geez, I guess I can't fault her for it. Pelosi goes to Singapore, but not Taiwan. Tickling the dragon, are we? California's wildfire. There's like wildfires. There's major. Oh my God! They sold Hitler's wristwatch for $1.1 million.
What's going on in the world?
Hey, look, here's Adolf Swish. Oh gosh. Oh, this one. This is the one I was kind of wanted to look at real quick at the cost of, I don't know, taking up a little time. Thanks for watching and subscribing and hitting that little thumbs up button. But here in New York City, Rockefeller, over there, data breach illuminates shaky student privacy. It's a pun using the word illuminates because there's a data system and it's called Illuminate Education. So it's a data system. And apparently, everything's online now. It's all online. So all the teachers overseeing the students are logging in all this data on Illuminate Education. So they can all, cross-reference. It's New York, right? A lot of people. Excuse me a minute. Little coffee. And it's still hot, midnight. Oh, stop bouncing green. Oh, vote for green. When they log information, data, into the Illuminate Education, we're talking about, this is, what do they call it? HIPAA? HIPAA is for medical. There's something else, just like HIPAA, but it's for students' privacy. Like you can't tell I know this, except I try to not remember. It's federally illegal to share student information like grades and things. But this has got information such as intellectual disability, emotional disturbance, homeless, disruptive, defiance, perpetrator, excessive talking, should attend tutoring. God. Oh God. Oh, homeless. Oh, is the student's homeless? So all of this information, and it got almost hacked. There was no data breach, but it got almost hacked. So now they're freaking out. If you want to get data breach freak out, Facebook, Instagram, there's another one. I think it's Discord. I'm not sure. Facebook, Instagram, all that Meta stuff, because Meta is harvesting your data for sure. That's Elon. Elon's coming. Elon's. Oh gosh. Okay. Anything else here? All right. Let's go straight to this before we get in here. Political cartoon. I hear that Russia will be leaving the International Space Station. Oh, it's the mom. I hear that Russia will be leaving the International Space Station. If only they leave our country so we could gaze at the stars in peace. Ukraine is still going. They're shipping out a grain thing, so they're having a seaport success, having a little success, almost being brutally bombed still to this day. All right, let's look at some opinions here quickly. It's thinking. Okay, there we go. Did it have a thought? Oh, good. Yeah, and that's the font I like. Lava Stadium. Oh, no more hope. It's not going to be built too soon. That's what that one's about. If you run for Congress, stick with it. This one's about Kai Kahele. Let's read this one. Kaka'ako. Oh, the stadium. Okay. If you run for Congress, you should stick with it. If you want to run for Congress, stick with it. Daniel Inouye did. Daniel Kaka did. Spock Matsunaga, Kathy Mink did. Ryan Schatz, Ed Case, Mazi Hirona are doing it. That's how Hawaii is presented. That's how we get appropriations. You build up seniority, chair up important committees, and get the most for Hawaii. They'll name airports, hospitals, and bills after you. Oh, great. You want a bill named after yourself? Yeah, it's Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. Just name it Honolulu International Airport and shut the... gotta take the crowns off these people. Represent Hawaii with purpose and commitment and something to be named in your honor. You know what they should... Wait a minute here. I forgot to say this. I'm gonna take a little extra time here. Maybe stop the clock. Oh, too late to stop the clock. In the public restrooms, in the parks, in Hawaii, they have a shortage of toilet paper. So they're asking that the public bring their own toilet paper to the park if you want to use the restroom in the park. Okay, I get it. who wants to use the restroom? You know, if you gotta go and you're in the park, you know what I mean? Bring your own toilet paper. But now, they're going, oh, you know, we're getting some things coming in. So they had this guy introducing this story about they're gonna start having toilet paper now. They bought some toilet paper for the park, the state.
Nice.
And so they show the guy at the park live on the scene in front of a restroom, and he had like toilet paper in one hand, right? But his microphone wasn't on. So they cut to the guy in the park holding the toilet paper, and he has to turn his microphone on. So it consisted of reaching back into his back pocket and pulling out his phone, I guess, or something to turn it on for a microphone, or his cell phone so he could hear. Anyway, basically they start off this little news article. They cut to this guy. He's standing in the park, not saying anything, and he reaches behind and he's digging in his back pocket, which looks like it's digging his butt. I thought that was worth pointing out. Sorry, I'm looking at news and going, you know what, you guys? Sorry. Okay, sorry. Back to this. Impact will be named. Don't be traveling salesman or worse, part-time, and don't have delusions of grandeur or be a hypocrite. Be somebody for Hawaii. I believe in everyone in Hawaii should approve this message. McLean Yashimita, Kapalama. They're talking about Kai Kahele, because Kai kind of had a side job when he was in Congress, and he also kind of quit that to run for governor. I said too soon. Okay, so we're going to decide. No, decide. Oh, Red Hill, that one. Forget about Trump. Navy. Davy's in the Navy. But that's not the news. Navy has considered all options for Red Hill. Hasn't considered all options for Red Hill. I concur with retired Colonel Ann Wright's assessment that the Navy self-selected the most expensive and longest method for defueling Red Hill. Site article, July 28th. The military chooses slow, most expensive solution for Red Hill. When questioned at July 19th hearing by Hawaii legislatures, Rear Admiral Dean Vanderlei, commander of Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command Pacific, said that pumping fuel out of the tanks from the top, rather than repairing the entire facility and pumping the fuel 3 miles down to Pearl Harbor, was too risky. See, the tanks are underground, but they're uphill of Pearl Harbor. It's a gravity feed downhill in the whatever tubes. The statements seem to indicate more expenditure alternative methods that have not been analyzed by the contractor hired by the Navy. Does the Navy prefer to take 2.5 years and $1 billion of taxpayers' dollars and then make the case Red Hill should not be closed due to sunk time and costs? That would be an enormous betrayal to the people of Hawaii. To quote the famous saying, the saddest thing about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies. Susan Gorman Chang, Eva Beach. I don't know. Yeah, they're doing it again. The Navy's just, I don't know, just cuckoo about the Red Hill. They're just, I don't know why they're dragging their feet. They got the time, they got the money. I think it's Rimpack, and they're the gas station, kind of like telling you the truth. I think that's what it kind of is. And it's one of their badges of honor. It's like, oh, we had the secret facility base, and they don't take care of it, so it's falling apart. Anyways, that's Monday.
Back to school.
So have a happy day. Happy.
Oh no, not a transition. Again, the transition. Okay. Have a happy rain cloud.
Fresh sunshine
Happy
to
sunshine.
you. Fresh aloha, fresh moon. Okay, bye.
Today has
Fresh
fresh
aloha.
aloha to you. Fresh this and fresh something. Fresh aloha. Okay, bye.